Hey Reddit, I never imagined I'd be writing something like this, but here I am. Buckle up because this is a wild ride. And even now, I feel like I'm living someone else's nightmare. I'm a 44-year-old woman, and until recently, I thought I had a stable, loving marriage. My husband, James, not his real name, and I have been together for over 10 years. We have two wonderful kids, ages 7 and 9, and we built a life that, from the outside, seemed picture perfect. But as I learned, appearances can be deceiving. For years, James worked long hours. He traveled for work frequently, often leaving for days at a time. I never questioned it. I trusted him. He was the breadwinner, and I was the one holding down the fort, making sure our kids had a warm, loving home to grow up in. But everything changed when I found a condom in his blazer pocket. That was the beginning of the unraveling. I confronted him immediately, and his response was odd. He chuckled. He actually laughed and said, "Oh, that must be old." I don't even remember putting it there. My gut told me otherwise. Something was off, and for the first time in years, I questioned everything. I couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to the story. So I hired a digital investigator. I needed to know the truth. What they uncovered shattered my world. The investigator traced James's digital footprint and found an entire second life. He had been leading a double existence, one that involved a much younger mistress. Thousands spent on escorts and porn, secret sex parties, and online forums dedicated to his interests. Not only was he cheating, but he was also financing his mistress's lifestyle, luxury apartments, designer bags, vacations, you name it. The more I read, the sicker I felt. I confided in my best friend Lisa. She'd always been my rock, but when I told her the truth, she shocked me. "I've had my suspicions," she admitted. "I didn't want to hurt you, but there were signs." That hit me like a freight train. Had I been blind? Had I ignored red flags? Was I responsible in some way? Lisa reassured me, reminding me that none of this was my fault. But self-doubt crept in, making me question every decision I had made over the years. The financial aspect of this revelation was another nightmare. We had joint accounts, but it turned out that James had been hiding money in offshore accounts and making extravagant purchases behind my back. If I wanted to secure a future for myself and the kids, I needed to act fast. The holidays were coming up, and as much as I wanted to throw him out then and there, I couldn't do that to my kids. I needed time. Time to prepare. Time to protect myself legally. And time to ensure my children's well-being. So I played along. I smiled at family gatherings, I decorated the house, I even bought him a Christmas gift. All the while, I was working with my solicitor, gathering evidence, packing his belongings, and securing my financial independence. The day finally came. James returned from another work trip, exhausted, completely unaware that his world was about to collapse. I greeted him at the door, calm and collected. "We need to talk," I said. I laid out the evidence. Every transaction, every message, every forum post. His face went white. He didn't even try to deny it. Tears welled up in his eyes as he admitted to everything. "I have a problem," he said. "It was never about you. I love you, I swear. I couldn't stop." Then came the manipulation. "If you leave me, I'll marry her. I'll build a new life, and you'll regret this." I laughed. Actually laughed. "You're free to do whatever you want, James, but you're not doing it under my roof." I handed him the divorce papers and gestured toward the packed bags by the door. "Your things are ready, the locks are changed, we're done." He begged, he pleaded. But I was done. The legal process is still ongoing. The affair itself might not impact asset division much, but I have a strong case to keep the family home and secure financial stability for me and the kids. They're seeing a psychologist, and while it's been tough, we're adjusting. I don't know if I'll ever trust again. The idea of love feels foreign now. But one thing I do know, none of this was my fault. I wasn't a bad wife. I didn't drive him to this. He made his choices, and now he has to live with them. For anyone out there going through something similar, you are not alone. Trust your instincts, protect yourself, and remember, you deserve better.